Oh my God. It's D Double.
Yo, Wagwan. My name's D Double E. I'm an artist and I'm from East London.
Big up all the Stay Fresh man them.
Stay fresh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I grew up in East London, Forest Gate. Growing up in Forest Gate was good, man. I was big on hobbies. My hobbies is what guided me in the right direction. Some of my hobbies were like playing football, basketball. Yeah, I was kind of into music a lot them times as well. Just the same way I was just MCing, I was just kind of known in the community as a baller. But it was just fun for me. Everything was fun. The professional side would have had to come to me. Just like with music, I was just always having fun. But it's people that saw me and thought raw and put me in different places. So yeah, I was just kind of, I was a young gunner, just looking for that coach to pick me up. You get me? I've been into music since I was born. Been into music. So I grew up on like Bashment, Reggae, and Revival. My whole family's Jamaican, so that was the overall feel of music for me. I would say when I first started to try to write lyrics and stuff, I was probably 15 or 14, and just before that I was going through a stage where I was listening to some of my best rappers at the time, like Snoop Dogg, Biggie Smalls. I thought, let me write down their lyrics so I could see it. I remember playing the track, trying to just sing it word for word. And that's how much I wanted to know the song. Yeah, I started writing my own lyrics not too long after that. There wasn't anyone personally in London that influenced me, but there were London English artists that I was aware of. Nina Cherry, Soul to Soul, Gabrielle. When I was getting more inspiration, I felt it closer, is when I started to dabble into the jungle. That's when I was actually able to get close to what I'm hearing and go to a jungle rave and see them. If I wasn't listening to jungle hits and the General Levy track, I could put radio on and hear other music, but in the same lineage, and every day is different.
Yes, Black Star. This one, Jacob, it's done.
And also there was a lot of sets that used to be instrumental sets. So when I'm listening to the radio, I was even practicing as well, thinking that I'm the artist on the set, but I'm not. I used to record it, play it back, and muck about with myself because it was an instrumental set, so I had the opportunity. The only thing that kept popping in is 079 39 with the phone like an old tight shut. All them bits there, I'm trying to ride over it, but had no choice. I met a friend, his name was Reggae, and Reggae used to live in the same block as my cousin. So then Reggae managed to get his mum to buy him decks. So we used to just go to his house and then we used to record sets. He used to just mix the first tune, get onto the second tune, and all of a sudden he'd make a mistake and then he'd be like, oh man, let's start again. And then we start the whole thing again. After a little while we used to do sets and record them, and then he used to give them to all his friends in the ends. In my head I thought, rah, when I do the next set, I'm gonna write as many people's name down in a book, and I'm gonna big up everyone in this book. So on the next set I done in his bedroom, while we was doing the set, I would have Forest Gate or family, and I'll be like, oh, big up my sister Charmaine, big up Nathaniel, big up boom, boom, boom. And then I'd carry on and I'd go to some next name, big up this one, that one. So that way, when he gave out the set to everyone, somehow they would hear their name in there and they would feel more exclusive. So So I was building it's like I had my own station in my head, but it's not, but it's just trying to imagine, you know? And I realized that every minute I keep saying something like, okay, and I just kept saying it, and then I was like, hold on, after I say the names, I don't know what else to say. So then I wrote down things to say so that I wasn't just saying yo. And I feel like these are the elements that help me to come up with, oh my word, it's who, because I've made it so easy for myself to host now. I don't even need to think about, oh, what should I say? I would just say, oh my word. And then that's all right for now. Do you know what I'm saying? I wanted to make everyone feel close, but without having to be too, you know what I mean? Just an overall vibe. In the same block where Reggae and my cousin lived, the block was going to be knocked down in 6 months. Within that 6 months, it went down to there's 50 people in the block, so now the block is kind of derelict. Reggae was there till the last minute, and my cousin. Then we realised we could hear music one day late. We could hear like, big up the locked in crew, boom, boom, boom. We went to the 3rd floor, followed the music, heard it coming from this door. Then we pushed the door and the door wasn't locked. And we went up there, next thing you know, it was a full-on pirate radio station. The DJ was there by himself and he saw us and he just didn't care. He just probably thought we was up next. And then we just sat down on one chair behind the DJ and then we're looking at each other and it's got like the phone line number, everything. And then we left, but that was the first time I ever went in a radio station. And then we turned up there 2 days later and somehow managed to get on the mic. And there was an MC on the mic called Rico. Rico used to be part of Real Deep. So yeah, he gave me the mic and that was my first set ever on radio. I didn't get any feedback from it because it was so early, but when I went on stations after that, that's when people was coming up to me saying, I heard you on radio last night. Yeah, then my voice was kind of getting heard, so I'd say that's when the journey started. I went to a few garage raves. I started being more in the garage a bit more. It's like I started making a little move away. And my friend Reggae, he was kind of slowing down on DJing at the time. I was meeting DJs that were on stations and having raves and doing little things. And then that's when garage started getting a little bit hard, like a bit, not grimy, but that's when the crossover started to happen there. That was giving me more time as a jungle MC. When I was listening to garage, you couldn't really spit over it because there's a lot of singing. You got to just be hanging about. So I was just like, I'm not on that. I'll just come from jungle. I was doing my thing. So when it started to give them little gaps for the MC on the garage, that's when I started tapping in. And then the gaps started to be more frequent, and then people like Wookie just building that dum 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 dum. And you're thinking, hold on, I can mark this. I would say all my elements that made me who I am came from the beginning. That gave me the power to become. The last thing I done was grime. That's the last thing I done. Because I came from doing the ragga thing, hip hop, just for fun. When rap came in, that's when I was trying to take it on. Then jungle came. Then after jungle, that's when the garage came. Then after the garage, that's when the grime came. Then after the grime, dubstep came. Then after dubstep came, funky came. Like I'm on everything. I'm an all-arounder, but the grime is where a lot of light was shined on me in the time. So even though I'm everything, people are just calling me one of them when I'm all of them. So what I realised is I spent a lot of time in that section. Grime is where I've done a lot of years. And then the dubstep is like it came for 1 minute, now it's gone. It's like funky was there, now it's gone. Like I'm not gone, so because that's gone, I'm over here. I was already moving anyway. I wasn't in one place to go down because I've been walking. If I missed one of them, there was still going to be another one anyway, you know. So yeah, I think that the earlier what I grew up on naturally as Jamaican and all these things, dancing, I used to do dancing. I would say all these things give me the timing, the skills, and then I was ready for anything. If something was missing, I would step over it, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I was on radio at the time, and Nasty Crew was on after me. And Nasty Crew consisted of 4 people. It was Mac 10, Sharky, Stormin, and Armour. A couple times when our set finished, the Nasty Crew turned up, they was like, stay on our set. And I've done a few shows with them when I should have left. I've already been on radio 2 hours, but I decided to hang about and do a little bit with them. I had a falling out with 187, and then after that, Sharky called me and he was like, boy, you might as well come and do a set with us this week. And then I was like, all right. And then I remember doing a set with them, and then I think I've done another set with them. And then from there, it's kind of like, I kind of joined them. And then that's how I kind of joined Nasty Crew. The radio station was called Flavor FM, and it was in Canning Town. Joining Nasty Crew propelled me. It was like, raw, like I got a new family. And like everyone was tight and it was just blessed. And we actually travelled England. That's my first moment of travelling and seeing people 3 hours down the road singing my lyrics back. That was like hype. I was like, oh my God. Then when Nasty Crew kind of just fizzled out a bit, that's when me, Footsie and Monkey, we decided to do a project together. So I came up with the name Noom Generals at the time. So I didn't ever give him a chance to get into a solo zone.
Noom Generals, yeah, Dirty Thanks the label, you're watching Westwood TV, we're here!
Which I realised later on in life, bruv, I want to do my own thing. Like. So I went from 187, Nasty Crew, Noom Generals. It's like I'm always looking for a group. So after Noom Generals, that's when I've come solo. But my solo journey is different from the music that I've been a part of.
I'm a Bunsen burner, I keep it burning. The money I'm earning, got their heads turning.
So when you hear my solo project, it's not sounding like a Noom Generals project because my real taste is coming through in my own self. So this is why each person needs to make more music, because their actual vision is not the same as everyone else's. I was doing what I know to the best quality ever, and this is what the drive was. So I've been on radio, I've been writing, I've been in bedrooms doing sets, and I was just at a level where my level was high, and all I was thinking is there's still more to go. I was in a tunnel vision. I didn't care if you made music, because on this set you're gonna sound not like great. You know, there was there, like, I'm the boss here. That wasn't my energy towards people, but to myself, to my own brain, it's like, when you give me I know what I'm gonna do. It took for me to see Dizzy, Kano, to say, raw, like, hold on, they grew up to me. I need to make tunes. So then I'm starting to make tunes, but then because of my demand for spitting, fighting like this, I'm not just left alone. That's where you need the older again. Listen, no more radio for you, bro. straight hair. Do all the hits. When you got all your hits, you can go on radio if you want. And now I'm solo. I feel I'm having the most success now because I've learnt so much along the line, and I'm trying to monitor myself and make people want my music, you know? Then I come out with Bad to the Bone.
Bad to the bone, stay fresh, oh my word.
Street Fighter. And with these tunes, and it's like, now people, they want to see Street Fighter. They just don't want me to just spit like wet. They want to hear something. This is the start of the next level. Everyone's got a way they'll say something. Like, people do things and say things, and they're serious, but everyone in the room's laughing, and they're like, what are you laughing at? And it's like, what they just said is so funny. So it's just to capture that and then make the person keep saying it, and it becomes a thing. But you need to know how to capture it within yourself. So I'll be with my boys in the cars and I'll be like, oh my, I just saw like a girl with a big bum or something. It's just come out naturally, and now I'm using it, you know, just as an example. I don't even look for it, like look, it's just, these words are just coming and I'm like, oh, alright, that's mine. Like Chico Manico, I made up that word. Yeah, Chico Manico, yeah. And you know what that means? Chico Manico. It means someone's got the food on them. Yeah, someone brought the thing in the jail. Yeah, how did they bring it in? Through Chico Manico. The word HOODRICH means to me like the first stages of coming up, you know? You know, when you're feeling good, like you're nice right now. It's not the rich where you're gone, but it's the rich where you can just pull out 5 bills, pull out like a grand, and it's like you're nice. Coming up in the game, you know, you're young, just trying to find a way, and you're fresh as well. It's looking like peas, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, basically, put your head down, get to where you're gonna get. Stop watching everyone else, stop thinking it's their fault, or it's his fault why I'm not here. Put your head down, that's the way to feel good when you're in a good position. If something's peeing you off, you just need to work harder, man. And I make everything make me work harder. And that's the way I'm gonna get people back.